So why we need to do our duties honestly? Because if you remember the first slide, status of the society today, poverty persists, misery persists, evil persists, wars persist, treachery persists, hatred persists. So what is happening? I'll just give an example. You know, every year we celebrate that 5th June as World Environment Day, and then we take oath that we'll be taking every step to protect the environment. We'll not choke the drains with those, polythene bags, and after the seminar is over, you are given food in the polythene bag. You eat the food and throw the polythene bag in the nearest drain and walk away. So we need to walk the talk. Walk the talk. And someone has to demonstrate. Aroraji gave the example of Guru Nanak Dev about that good. So the truth about spirituality, I'd like to relate that to it. There is another story in the eastern India about that same thing, good. This is related to Swami Ramakrishna Paramhans. The essence is the same, that because Swamiji himself was eating good, he could not ask that boy not to eat good. And only when he was able to successfully leave the habit of eating that jaggery good, he could tell him, and it worked. So the truth is one, that your job, your duty is spirituality. The only thing is that it is being told in many ways. In Shankar's philosophy, it is said, Eko sadam vipra bahudha vadanti. There is only one truth which the learned speak in many ways. So I proved it here. Aroraji gave the example of Guru Nanak Dev. I am giving you the example of Ramakrishna Paramhans. Maybe at some other part of the country, there will be another sage or seer or a holy man being related to that kind of an example. So in fact, we have been told time and again that work is worship. In Gita also it is said, do your duty with full devotion and leave the rest to me. So spirituality for students of management, practitioners of management, researchers and academicians of management is confined to this basic fact, that do your duty diligently, honestly and with full capabilities. Give your heart, mind and body, heart and soul. That famous jingle, that cricket, when there are cricket matches, this jingle is being told in the televisions. Mind and body, heart and soul. Shankar Mahadevan sings that. So it's that you have to put in mind and body, heart and soul. Now, the question arises, where is that madam? She is not there. No, I want to know how much time do I have, because I value time. So I think others' time is also equally valuable. The one reason that everyone thinks that it is good to be honest, but then everyone assumes that every other guy in this world is dishonest. So that reminds me of a very interesting story why goodness is not working. In one of the villages of UP, there is a story that there was a severe drought once upon a time. So they all started worshipping God, and there was a temple, Lord Shiva's temple in that village. So after they did considerable amount of worship, the Lord came into the dreams of the village chief and asked him that every household has to put in 1 bucket of milk in the village well on the or what you call Amavasya, the dark night. And only then there will be rains in the village. So the village chief announced this, the stipulated date came. So the village chief was wondering that if everyone is going to pour 1 bucket of milk in the well, if he pours in 1 bucket of water, it cannot be noticed. So he did exactly that. He poured 1 bucket of water in the well in the night. When in the morning they went to find out how much milk was there in the well, they found there was no milk, because every other household person has thought equally intelligently. So that is the problem. So the first thing is, instead of trying to think about honesty of others, we should not be bothered about that. Let us be honest. And I can promise 2 things. In fact, it's now official. Researchers now support that it pays to be good. If you are honest, you remain healthy. Because one of the biggest causes of disease is guilt. Guilt, negative emotions. At least if you are honest, there will be no guilt. And the other advantage of being honest is you don't have to remember what you had told last time. Right? So it is official now. It's official research that honesty pays to you and dishonesty pays to the doctor. So it's better to be honest.
Right.
First thing. And your health will be all right first. Second, you will have a very good night's sleep, which is a reward these days. Many people don't get a good night's sleep. So if you are honest, at least you will get a good night's sleep. I think these 2 rewards are more than enough. Why do you need some other reward? You know, we in fact are always running after that mirage of happiness as if it is somewhere out there. No, happiness is a state of mind. It's out here. It's out here. So, to get happiness, you have to think inwards rather than look outwards. In fact, nowadays it is again official research. The new edition of what's that OB book? Robbins. Earlier view was that a happy worker is a productive worker. The new view is that a productive worker is a happy worker. And Herzberg had proved this long back. If you remember Herzberg, content factors. So it's all there. The only thing is we get, somehow distracted. So you have to control your mind, because it's the mind-body dichotomy that we are trying to resolve. So I'll just tell you a very interesting story in a lighter vein. 2 philosophers were discussing. We are trying to resolve that mind and matter dichotomy, and we have not yet arrived at a conclusion. For the 5,000 years, we have not arrived at any conclusion. So the best conclusion is, do your job honestly and leave the rest to God. That is the essence of Gita, that is spirituality. Because, see, they said that your body dies and only soul remains. I say, no, there's one more thing that remains. Guess. Yes? It is related to name, but I'll give you a philosophical name.
Contribution?
Kirti.
Contribution or
Kirti. So, your soul remains, but your soul does not remain with you. Kirti goes with your name. So, aim at that. Leave a mark in this world. Make your presence felt. I think that was T20, because if I had played test matches, you will have run away. Thank you.